been a little while, so I thought I would do a video. So, I have a very humble 7-inch record collection that I need to protect because surprisingly some of them are actually worth some money. So I bought some of these. These are like the nice big fudge protecting. These are the outer ones. No, these are the inner ones for protecting the actual record. And then some just cheapy outer sleeve poly, like a little baby version of the ones that I've got for the big boys down there. So I'm just basically gonna go through my 7-inch record collection whilst I sleeve up everything. So yeah, you can just take a look at everything that I own on a 7-inch record. So yeah, here we go. There we go, here's my humble little stack. It is in absolutely no particular order whatsoever. This was one of my first 7-inch records, I think. This is Nights in White Satin, the Moody Blues, which is just a great song. I think I bought this in a nice little record shop called Rickety Ranshack that was in Aberystwyth, that's sadly no longer there. But if anybody has been to Aberystwyth and knows that shop, you'll know how cool it was. It was a really, really nice little gem. Big fudge sleeves. These are great though. I mean, this is like a proper big brother, little brother. And there we go. I'm not gonna, I don't know, shall I bother putting this in the outer protective sleeve? Next up, I've got Razorlight America. Razorlight, this album, self-titled, their second album, track from it. I love that album so much, and this track is just so iconic for me. Oh my life, she's lost in America. Oh, it's got a nice, whatever those swirl things called, are they like a vortex or something? I'm not sure. Let's go one of those. There we go. Feels nice and professional. This is quite a recent one that I picked up. Noah Kahan Stick Season. This is just like the UK pressing. This one definitely leaves one of those inner things because it's a wee bit valuable. This lovely transparent thing it's got going on here. So nice. Look how clean that is. That's like such a clean, transparent record. Really cool. And really deserving of one of these because, to my knowledge, I do not think this came in anything. It was just in this bloody cardboard sleeve, which is just, that's never good for a record. When are these companies going to learn that if you just put a freaking loose record inside a piece of cardboard, guess what? They might get freaking scratched. And the amount of money you're starting to charge us for these things, like this is a freaking 7-inch single and I think it was like 15 quid. That's alright, he's protected now. Billie Eilish, her James Bond theme, No Time to Die. This is like the HMV one that they released. At least they put it in like a little separate thing. And this is on like a marbly grey kind of deal. Non-transparent. Looks great though. This is one that I got and I thought it was going to go up in value and it just kind of didn't. And I haven't actually checked it in a long time now. I have no idea if it has gone back up in value or not. I mean, I don't buy to sell, so it doesn't really bother me if it does or not. It's always just quite nice to know it's worth a little something, but it doesn't bother me if it doesn't. I only buy stuff that I like to listen to. And that's the rule that everybody should live by. This one's still got the thing on it. Record Store Day, Denzel Curry, Bulls on Parade, which was an absolutely amazing like cover of a metal song by a very talented rapper. Just a bit of close-up on this. And look, it's even got the original price that I paid for it, which is 7 quid, which is the price. The 7-inch, that should be the price of a 7-inch record. There we go. Got that in there as well. just looks so cool. And this is for the B-side, which I don't even know what it is. What is it? Eye Against Eye, a Bad Brains cover Spotify session. No idea. I don't think I've actually listened to that. I've listened to Bulls on Parade because it's such a freaking crap. Honestly, check out that freaking cover. There's like a YouTube video of him performing it live in Australia, I think. Unbelievable. This is an interesting one. If you know Cardiff, I picked this up in D-Vinyl Records. S4C Makes Me Want to Smoke Crack, Volume 2, which is just S4C from probably the vast majority of people who don't know, is a Welsh language channel. I'm Welsh. I don't think I've ever actually listened to this. I knew it existed before I saw it, and then when I saw it in the vinyl, I was just like, yeah, that's all I said. It almost kind of felt like a staple that I had to pick up. The Weekend, Blinding Lights. I don't think this is on like a special pressing or anything like that. No. This might have even been given away free in like HMV or something crazy. I think this is from After Hours, isn't it? I still don't have that on vinyl, yeah, which is kind of sad, really. This one is the Boomtown Rats, I Don't Like Mondays, which I don't think I've ever listened to, but if you look on the back, it's got some writing on it, and it was actually my auntie's that I found in my nan's attic when I was clearing it out, and it was one of the few records that I found up there that looked kind of playable, and I still don't really know if it is. I'm looking at it now under some, this is quite nice lighting to look at records, and it doesn't actually look in too great shape, so I'm not actually going to hold up much hope for this thing. It kind of feels like a waste putting it in a premium mastering sleeve. Next up is good old Ed. He's Thinking Out Loud, and I'm a Mess, live from Lightship. And again though, where is the inner thing? Piece of paper even to keep this thing safe from the cardboard just bouncing around in there. I love this song though. I know it's like massively overplayed, but I don't care. Elliott Smith. I mean, I almost own everything this dude has done in regards to albums. There's only a few that I'm missing. This is Pretty Ugly Before. Just an unbelievable voice, such an incredible talent. Extremely depressing music. If you like depressing music, this is your guy. This is like, I mean, I love Ed Sheeran, don't get me wrong, but this is proper singer-songwriter-y. Like, this is like real good, just craft of putting together just unbelievable acoustics with just heart-wrenching vocals. Like, Ed's good mainstream kind of stuff, and I love Ed Sheeran. I've got all of his stuff on vinyl, but this guy's like another level. Such a good artist. Bit of a switch up with styles now. I'll get rid of this old sleeve with the price and everything on it. Tiny Temper. I think this is Wonder Man. Yeah, Wonder Man featuring Ellie Goulding. I've wanted Tiny Temper, he reminds me of like high school. Like, his music was just, his entire album I'm pretty sure was in the charts when I was in high school. And like, his Discovery album, I've wanted a vinyl pressing of that for so long, and it's getting to the point now where I really don't think it's going to happen. So when I saw this on vinyl and it was only like £2, I was like, yes, definitely. As long as I can say that I own something that Tiny Temper's done on vinyl, then I'll be at least a little bit happy. Because it's nostalgic music for me, and I do think he's a pretty talented guy. Another recent one, Hosier, Take Me to Church. This was another one that I think has gone up in value, and it was crazily expensive as it was to buy new anyways. Again, it's like close to £15 to buy this thing, which is just for a 7" is like, why are you doing this to fans? 2 tracks are on this. They're lovely tracks, and I kind of got this because I'm not a massive Hosier fan. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name right. I'm not a massive fan of his, but again, this is kind of like nostalgic music. His voice in this song I can appreciate is amazing, but I can't imagine myself wanting to like splurge on buying the entire album. And I do want to get more 7-inch records for artists like that, where I'm like, I may not necessarily love the artist, but I love that track, so I'm gonna get a 7-inch. I wish I'd done that. I really liked Olivia Rodrigo's Vampire song, but that vinyl now is like... Noel Harrison, Windmills of My Mind. I actually love this song. And like this is like nostalgia even further back than high school for me, because I can remember me and my mates playing this song. We made a couple of like films and stuff, and we were doing like media studies and things like that, and we used this, I think we used the music for this in 2 of our films, just to create like quite like an eerie kind of like time passing scene. I just think it's so well written, and I do really like it, and it was £2. I put £2 for all of that nostalgia. A good song. What's not to go for? This is a special one. Lana Del Rey. I love Lana Del Rey anyway, and I am I've been supporting Liverpool since they were crap back in 2010. So again, I had to grab this. Bought it off Liverpool FC's official website as well and everything. You'll Never Walk Alone, Lana Del Rey, Liverpool fan singing it. Ooh, this one I'm probably not going to bother putting in a new sleeve, but this is Ghana funk music, which is just so good. I bought this in Amsterdam. I went to Platypus Records, which is a really great record shop that way if you're ever that way. The guy in there was an absolute legend, chatting to him for a while about music. I literally just said to him, look mate, just give me something that I basically can't get anywhere else. So he worked out this and said, oh, we've had a bunch of these ordered in specially for this shop, or it was something like that I think. And I got this, and there's also like a 12-inch Ghana funk record down there as well. Such a tune, so good, had to get it, got it. R.E.M. Shiny Happy People. I think I got this was in like a box of like records that came out of an attic of some dude's house that my dad was working in, who just said to sling it all, and he brought a bunch of it back to the house because he knew I would collect black records, and he was like, have a look through this. And I got this. I got an original Physical Graffiti Warner Brothers pressing. I got a original Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band pressing as well. Ah, oh, this is a special one. Like the artwork on this alone. So this is Dry the River. I've talked about this before on my channel. Just an amazing folk group, and it's a gatefold 7-inch record. It's just beautiful. I am a bit worried about it fitting in these sleeves. And geez, I've never handled this. Jesus, this is such a thick pressing as well. Bloody hell. Well done. This is like, because I've never like handled, I've played this quite a bit actually, because I love these guys. They sound incredible on vinyl, and they've disbanded now, so they've broken up. But I played this quite a bit because they just sound so good on vinyl. But I've never had to like handle this, and then I've handled other 7-inch records, and frickin' hell, the weight of this thing is like double that of pretty much every other record I've handled so far. That's some seriously impressive stuff. Will it fit though in one of these? I doubt it. He's such a chonky boy. Camera shut off, not sure when it went, but I managed to get this inside the sleeve, albeit very tightly, but he's in there, he's protected. This one's quite nice and fitting for what I'm wearing. It is M&M, The Real Slim Shady. Hi, my name is Record Store Day. Yeah, I mean, Eminem fan. I own everything he's done on record, apart from, I think, 8 Mile and Curtain Call the Hits 2. Curtain Call the Hits 2 I could have owned by now, but I'm still holding out hope that I can get one of those translucent orange pressings of it. So if you know somebody, or you are that somebody that can get hold of that thing for me, let me know, because it's not that easy to come by in the UK. I think it's quite easy to come by in America, a decent price anyway. I can get it here for like 60, 70 quid. Movie soundtrack, probably my favourite film of all time, Once Upon a Time in the West. It is Ennio Morricone. I think it's, what's her name? Claudia Colinelli, I think that's her name. Her theme, because how Morricone did it for the film was that each character had their own theme that would play like harmonica and so on, and the main actress in the film, her theme is the main theme of the film, and it's just beautiful. Like, when you first, I think, hear it is when she's on the train, and it's just kind of like this orchestral, the orchestral build-up of it is just unbelievable, because it's her arriving in the West, and it's like this innocent kind of like thing, and then it kind of just pans up and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's just boom, this is the West, and it's just Monument Valley, and so good. As you can tell, I like this one. Another movie soundtrack, The Godfather. This is another record store day, and I just think it looks so nice, and it's limited, so they need 1,500 copies of this, and this is 127, so not very bad. It's got some nice inner artwork as well, from what I can remember. So we've got I just think that's really cool, the horse's head, but it's the knight chess piece. Oh yeah, and it's on white vinyl, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost kind of like a semi-translucent marbling white. I mean, the Godfather theme is just iconic, isn't it? So when I saw it's such an iconic theme, I saw how nice the pressing, like the artistry was on it as well. So it was an easy decision to want to pick it up for record store day. I think I'm gonna have to go into my chest of rarities for the last record. Okay, so the last two now are probably the most important. It's the Lakes record store day pressing. This is like translucent, but like a lot of other people's, it's got like loads of almost kind of like little bits in it. Do you know what I'm gutted about most with this thing? Was that I had the opportunity to get a second one, and I didn't take it, and it would have literally cost me an extra £12, but I was like, £12 is already too much to be spending on a 7-inch record. And then I decided, you know what, no, actually I will go back in and grab it. And then I went back into the shop, and the guy was like, no, that's gone. So you walked up the shop, and pretty much the next person that walked in bought it. Still though, I just hope that it went to a good home and it wasn't one of the ones that was like resold online for ridiculous money. Taylor Swift, The Lakes. But lastly, this might be the first 7-inch record I think I ever owned. The invoice for it is still inside with it. I scoured and I found this thing. I had to get it for just the memories that it brings up of university for me. But it's Clay Walker. Then What? If you don't know this song, search it up. It is just an absolute country freaking tune that as soon as I hear it from the first split second of the song being on, I'm like, university. It's just a really happy country song that me and my mates used to just like cooking to, that has steel drums in it and all sorts. Just, yeah, it's great. And I've still got the original little thing on here. Many thanks, Tim. I think this was like $1, but then I spent like £10 shipping it from America to get this thing on vinyl. I'm pretty sure this is the first 7-inch that I've ever bought. But yeah, that's everything. I gotta say, I am loving the fact that they're all now in these protective, well, most of them are all in these nice protective things. They're all safe, or they're all at least a little bit safer than they were. But yeah, that's my entire 7-inch record collection. I still need to get like a little box to put all these in to keep them safe. Taylor's gonna go back in my Rarities box down there. She's the only 7-inch record in that Rarities box. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to, check out some of my other videos if you haven't already. And yeah, drop us a like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, peace out.